Hello everyone, this is Sean Broccoli here, and in today's video I'm going to try and complete the Winter Contingency level for Halo Reach as fast as possible for the Winter Urgency achievement. I have actually earned this achievement already, however, I barely got it. I finished with 14 minutes and something when the cutoff was 15. I didn't record it at the time, but I decided that I wanted to make this into a video, so I decided to redo it, record it, and just see if I can beat my time. For this little challenge, I'm not going to do anything crazy. The game is just set to easy. I don't have any skulls enabled. I'm just going to see how fast I can complete it. I haven't watched anyone else do it, so there's probably going to be a lot of things that I could have done to make my time shorter, but I'm not really concerned with getting the best time possible. So, for the most part, the beginning of the level is going to be pretty simple. You're just going to be running through the entire level. We're not really going to mess with any of the enemies. You don't have to fight them, so you can just run by them. I do end up firing at a bunch of them and killing some just because I have a short attention span. But other than that, the first bit of the game, you're just running from where you land all the way to where the truck is. So it is worth noting that on this level there is actually another achievement for killing 7 Maus, I think they're called, or Moes, which are basically the ostrich-looking animals. You'll see a bunch of them during the video. I do kill a couple just for the hell of it, but if you do kill 7 of them, you get the Keep It Clean achievement. So for the most part, we're just going to keep running. Once we get to the second building structure, that's when we're going to start seeing enemies. So we'll just go through the first building into the little middle area outdoors, and then into the second building. Then we'll get to a part where there'll be some windows. You could actually see a jackal if you look to the left, but I just run through the doors, head down the stairs, and then I'll head right out into the yard area, and there'll be a bunch of skirmishers and a bunch of grunts. So I'm just gonna fire at them, just running through them. I actually make a little bit of a error here that costs me some time. I turn left instead of turning right to cross the bridge. I don't actually realize my mistake until a bit later, but eventually I do realize it and I make my way across the bridge. So I'll just melee some of the jackals, get through them, and then I'll head left up the hill. So as I run, I'm going to shoot at the grunts, which is not actually necessary. Don't forget to utilize your sprint, which is I'm not sure what it is if you're using the mouse and keyboard, but if you're using a controller, it's just the X button. So we'll just cross the river here, and there's going to be like a farm area up here. You'll see some hay barrels. There'll be a couple of those ostrich birds over here too. But just keep running straight through the farm, and to the left, once you pass the hay barrels, there'll be a drop down area, and that's going to be where you're going to see the truck. So this area is a part where I probably made a bit of a mistake. In one scenario when I did this, there's a spawn to the right. I ended up turning left in the video, but that's where the soldiers I had to rescue were. So I took that direction to start before, and they didn't actually appear there. They appeared down below to the left. So this time I'm heading down to the left, and to my surprise, they're not there either. So I think there's some sort of trigger there that I missed. So I might have been able to save time by figuring out what the trigger is for the objective to help the troops. But for now, I just go down here and I just start killing some aliens until the objective shows up.
Mayday, 3 Charlie 6. Does anyone read?
So once I finish clearing out the area, I head back to the truck, and once I step in front of the truck, I get the objective. I do sit here and waste a bit of time, just because I don't know whether I should leave yet or not, or wait for the little waypoint to show up there. I think if you just leave at that, once you see the objective, you should be good to head to the other spawn location. So at this point, I believe I finally get into the truck and I start heading there. You don't really have to worry about your squad mates. They're just gonna teleport wherever you go. So just head up the hill. There's gonna be a couple enemies up here. You can just run them down or just run by them. So they're gonna drop off the first set of enemies, which are just gonna be your basic grunts, pretty easy to take out. The second group are going to be some more grunts, and there'll be an elite with them. So we'll just have to sit tight and wait for the second ship to come off and drop off those other enemies.
Be advised, we got hostile dropship inbound.
Here's the second wave. It's nothing too crazy, just take out the elite first, then you're just left with a bunch of grunts that are running around. I actually got stuck here by a grunt that dropped the plasma grenade. It was actually pretty funny. Just finish off these grunts, and then there'll be a third set of enemies that come down. They're going to be like a bit of upgraded grunts, and there'll be a red elite. They probably all have some sort of name for them, but I can't recall. Actually, I can't even. It might have even been orange elite. But just finish off those enemies, and then once the last one is done, a falcon will be sent to pick you up, and it'll transport you to the outpost. So, in order to save time, it might be quicker to just stay near where the helicopter's going to land, so you can get into it quicker. I wasted a couple seconds just jumping around on a tree.
Noble 2, set rep.
We're at the relay outpost. Doors locked. Mechanism's been flash fused.
Can you beat it?
I dial up my torch, cut the way through. Gonna take some time.
Okay. We're en route to your location.
Approaching the comm outpost.
Drop us in the courtyard.
LZ's a little hot, sir.
Put her down,
So
pilot.
once you arrive at the outpost, you'll notice that it's going to be crawling with Covenant. So the first part of this will just be to clear out the enemies. There's just going to be some jackals with shields and some grunts, so it'll be pretty easy to take out. One area that I screwed up with here was that there's actually one last grunt that's running around that I didn't notice. So eventually I'll see George shooting at something.
Taking a little longer than I hoped, Commander.
So I could have saved myself a bunch of time there as well. So then the Covenant will start sending some reinforcements. The first set of enemies aren't going to be anything special, it's just going to be your basic grunts. So you can just clear those guys out pretty easily with the pistol or a well-placed grenade. Actually, it looks like they sent out an elite as well. The next set of enemies is going to be skirmishers, grunts, and there's probably an elite as well. At this point, there's going to be a lot more reinforcements coming, so you'll have to fall back into the outpost. This part is a little bit luck related because the door won't close until all the allies are in the outpost. So once everyone's into the outpost, it'll close, and then we basically sit still waiting for the other door to open, in which case we're going to have to run to find the dead scientist. So I'll turn on the night vision just so it's easier to see. I do make a little bit of mistake going past the hallway that's where the dead scientist is. I do rectify that pretty quickly though. So we'll skip the cutscene here, and we're now at the final bit of the mission. So we're just going to eliminate the hostiles here. The first group of enemies here we can actually skip through, we don't have to actually kill them. We just need to move to the next room. So once you arrive into the next room, this is going to be the room where we need to clear out the enemies from. So there's going to be 2 elites in here and a bunch of grunts. We'll go in here and we'll take out one of the elites from behind, just the way he likes it. Head out. The other elite is going to be just behind the little machines there. We'll take them out with the pistol. And then there will be 2 grunts running around near the entrance there, and then we'll quickly run back into this room. We'll hit the switch to end the level. So my final time ended up being 13 minutes and 7 seconds, which isn't too bad. I'm sure people have done way better, and you'll notice in a second once we skip this cutscene that I actually have a friend that's beat my time with 12 minutes and 26 seconds. So there we have it. We've completed the Winter Contingency under the part-time. Thank you for watching the video. This is Sean Broccoli. Hope to see you guys next time.